Credit score this, credit score that. What even is a credit score? A credit score, your credit score, essentially equates to how trustworthy you can be deemed by lenders. This is why when it comes time to apply for things like a car loan, mortgage, apply for a new apartment, they ask for this information because if you have a poor credit score, they assume they're not going to get their money or they're not going to get it on time. Your credit score can go from as low as 300 to as high as 850, and it has 5 things that make up your credit score. Payment history, amount of debt, length of credit history, new credit, and credit mix. Payment history is the biggest factor since it comes at 35% of what makes your overall credit score. This pretty much just tracks how you're managing your payments. Are you paying your bills on time, in full, every time? You have any missed payments? Do you have any delinquent charges? Anything sent to collections? This is why I stress so much paying things on time, in full, because when you pay things late, this has the biggest effect on your credit score. The second biggest thing is your amount of debt, aka your credit utilization. This controls 30%. Ideally, it's really good to have your credit utilization be between 10 and 30% across all your accounts. Some people might even say like single digits, like 9% to be the best, but I try to definitely not go more than 30%. So the less that you are using out of what you're given, the less risky you seem, the better your score. Length of credit history is your next bigger category at 15% of what makes up your score. This one essentially just focuses on the age of your accounts. So how long you've had them. It looks at your oldest account, so the first one that you ever had versus your newest account, and it'll take the average out of all of them. And this is why it's generally recommended to not close older accounts. Next up, we have new credit. This pretty much just looks at whether or not you're applying for any new credit cards or loans, especially a lot within a certain period. It's the best practice to not really apply for so much at once. And then last of what makes up your total credit score at another 10% is your credit mix. This just looks at the different types of credit that you have. So a mortgage versus a credit card versus a car loan versus a student loan. A nice mix is good to have, but because it only affects 10%, it really doesn't have much weight. So that's not to say like open all these different accounts just to have a mix. So these are all the ingredients that make up your credit score cake, if you will. Every ingredient is important. Some slightly more important to the foundation of your cake than others, but important nonetheless to really give you a nice cake. So it's important that you understand what goes into your credit score. That way you can make more conscious decisions when it comes to using your credit and applying for credit. That way you can keep yourself in that very good to exceptional range.